Keep in mind, anything below its 1980 high, in this case silver, which was basically 50 bucks at the time, and it's trading right now, or the spot price, I'm sorry, is at 27 bucks. That just says, hey, I'm on fire sale here.
Hey everyone, this is Elijah K. Johnson with the Miles Franklin Market Update. And with us today is Maurice Jackson from provenandprobable.com. He's also a Miles Franklin broker. Maurice, thank you so much for joining us today.
Elijah, thank you for having me, and thank you for all the wonderful work and dedication that you've been putting into the space.
Oh, thank you. And definitely to you too as well. Thank you so much for your work. And what I really wanted to touch on today is the kind of getting your initial take on the SilverSqueeze phenomenon. We've been seeing more demand at Miles Franklin than we've ever seen in ever. I'd like to get your take on this because I think you'll have a unique view of it because you really look more at the fundamentals of precious metals. So do you think this changes at all the fundamental reasons to own precious metals?
Oh, absolutely not. It encourages it, but I would just take a point of view that I don't get caught up in what I would consider frenzies. And I understand that there's a laid out thesis on the undervaluation of silver. I own a lot of silver. I love the white metal. Don't get me wrong. But when everyone else is buying, I'm taking a step back and I'm just asking myself, is this organic or is this a so-called catalyst that disappoints us as many silver investors have been disappointed in the past? And so I just take it from a more pragmatic standpoint of view. And probably what we'll get to here in this discussion is I'm a big buyer of platinum.
Definitely. And I guess if kind of on the topic of first silver, did you want to share with the viewers kind of how do you value silver? What would be a way to actually figure out, is this a good investment right now?
Oh, that's a loaded question, actually. I'm a person that believes in definitions. And the first thing that one has to understand is that gold and silver are money. If you look on your currency, the word money is not on there. That's number one. Number two, please understand the definition of a dollar, which is often overlooked and as a sophism. When someone looks at their currency, they see the word dollar, but actually they've never taken the time probably to look at the definition. So when someone says the US dollar, I tend to say the US Federal Reserve note. It's not a dollar. One must know that the definition of a dollar is 371.25 grains of silver per the 1792 Coinage Act. Now you may say, well, Maurice, no one calls it that and we've moved beyond that. No, laws do matter. I can tell you this much. I have a nickname. Let's just use an example here. My nickname is Mo, short for Maurice. If I were to go to court and I have to go before the stand, I do not say I, Mo, do solemnly swear. It's a nickname, but that doesn't mean that that is the official legal name. So one must recognize definitions, because if you understand the definitions, a Federal Reserve note says $1, but if we just use the reference that I just shared what a dollar is, they're not equals, because it would take about 40 Federal Reserve notes right now to purchase $1. And in this case, a dollar would be a Morgan or Peace dollar because it's 77% of an ounce.
And then definitely, so it has to do, I think one of the main reasons to actually invest in silver, right, is not even as an investment. It's kind of a store of wealth because it's money, right? Kind of as you're saying, and the Federal Reserve notes are not money. So that's definitely the first reason. Another reason that people like to look at, especially silver, is the value proposition. So what is your perspective on where it is today, around $25 to $30? And where do you think it'll head in the future?
I am terrible at price predictions, but one thing I'm very, very good at is identifying something that is undervalued. And silver is completely undervalued. One of the ways I determine that is by using the gold-silver ratio. And right now, if we take away the premiums above the spot price and just use the spot prices for gold and silver, we're looking at about 64. That's come down drastically from a year ago when it was well over 100. So again, it's still a great buying opportunity because I'm looking to trade in my silver for gold if the ratio is between 45 to 54 ounces, and right now we're at 64. So in that regard, silver is a great value proposition. Keep in mind, anything below its 1980 high, in this case silver, which was basically 50 bucks at the time, and it's trading right now, or the spot price, I'm sorry, is at 27 bucks. that just says, hey, I'm on fire sale here. And so anyone that is looking to add to their position in silver right now, is it too late? Absolutely not.
And you mentioned also other metals, right? So there's platinum, and there's also the platinum group elements that you've talked about a lot. Kind of first looking at platinum, the last time we had you on, we actually made a video about platinum. And at the time, it was $900 an ounce, right? And you were saying there are so many bullish fundamentals right now. It's about half the price of gold. This is crazy. And since then, we've seen about a 35-40% increase in the price. And now it's around $1,250 right now. So where do you see, are you still bullish on platinum today?
Absolutely. If you look at the historical ratios, again, I use platinum and how many ounces of gold I can receive for that. Traditionally, platinum trades at a 30% premium on the spot price to gold. It is still currently 70% below, but in 5 months, as you referenced, it went from 50% to 70% below the price of gold. So it's moving in the trajectory that I had anticipated. How far and how high will it go? I don't know, but it's still on sale, and I'm still an active buyer. The fundamentals are screaming for platinum to continue to rise, because we have to keep in mind it is going into a drastic supply deficit beginning this year. It already started last year, but that's going to be increased because the demand for platinum just cannot be met with the supplies.
And can you get into that? What is driving the demand right now?
Kind of the opposite of what occurred 4 years ago when palladium, which is a platinum group element as well. So let's backtrack for a moment. When I say platinum group elements, as you referenced, you have platinum, palladium, and rhodium. We're going to stick with those three. 4 years ago, palladium was a third of the price of platinum. And the automotive industry recognized that this is an opportunity to substitute platinum with palladium in combustible engines, not in diesel engines. Now you've seen the reverse occur where the spot price, basically we had a reversal exactly, where palladium was almost 3 times the price of platinum about a year ago. And now that is transitioning, and I am of the belief and opinion that the automotive industry is now procuring as much platinum as they can, because platinum can be used in diesel, combustible, and even more so in the hydrogen fuel cells for the so-called new green deal that we have coming forward by the Biden administration.
So you think essentially that the automotive industry is probably switching back to platinum, and that will increase demand significantly?
Oh, absolutely. I have full confidence in that. But it doesn't even take the Biden administration. Remember, that's an edict. We're talking about really what's going to make it move. Is this an organic move? Countries are all moving green. We need clean air, but platinum serves an industrial purpose, a precious metal purpose, and also a strategic purpose. And so it has all of the virtues that you want in any of the other precious metals, meaning gold and silver per se, that everyone favors, but it is not historically known as money. But it has been introduced in the past by the United States to pay off the current deficit as recently as 2019 and 2012.
You mentioned about the green energy initiative, right, by Biden, and how that's bullish for platinum. That's really interesting, because most people have been talking about how it's really bullish for silver, but really it's also bullish for platinum.
Absolutely. Clean air, catalytic converters. The hydrogen fuel cells will demand more platinum. 78%, and this is paramount to the thesis here. 78% of all the world's platinum comes from a very geographical, unstable region of the world, South Africa. They have to dig deep. It takes a lot of cost to get that metal out of the ground before you even extract the other metals and then send it off to a respective mint to put their stamp on it and then have it sent to a precious metal dealer such as us. Those costs haven't even been included yet. So basically it costs South Africa the spot price plus to get it out of the ground right now.
That doesn't seem like a sustainable situation.
Absolutely not. As I referenced, we will have a supply deficit. And the three main catalysts here really are, or buyers are, you have for platinum are jewelry, automotive industry, and then retail investors. And that's what we can focus on here. As the retail investors, we're seeing that demand is picking up, but supply can't be met. We see it on the wholesale side as with Miles Franklin, because Again, we have relationships with all the respective mints of the world, the sovereign mints and private mints. And they're letting us know, hey, inventory's a little tight. Now, we're able to get it to you, but you just got to hang on there for us. Where in the past, it wasn't an issue.
And why do you think it is such an issue right now?
Again, the cost to get it out, there aren't too many mines that really have it. There are a lot of exploration companies that are looking for it, but as far as extraction, it's kind of been overlooked over the years.
And you also mentioned palladium and rhodium, right? And actually, the last time we had you on back in September, you were talking about rhodium and how, you called when it was $900 an ounce that, it was a good buy, and it went all the way to 13,000. This was back in September. It was around there. Now it's above 20,000. So tell us where you see rhodium going.
Well, actually, let me correct you. There's 24,000 at where it stands today. Where does rhodium go from here? I don't know. Again, I'm terrible at giving a price prediction, but I can always share with you, I have a pretty good pedigree of identifying when something is on sale. So the call that you're referring to was in 2017 at the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium. I shared that I was buying rhodium, and it was a pure contrarian play. Again, most individuals that are in the precious metal space, I should say, do not focus on the PGE, the platinum group elements. And I've made the highest returns in my portfolio with those metals. And again, it went from 870 when we made the call, and it's now currently at 24,000. It serves as a catalyst, the same for clean air again, but it's very illiquid. So when you go from platinum to palladium and then to rhodium, it just gets more and more illiquid here. And that means it doesn't take that much to make the price move. Now, I would be lying to you if I share with you that I knew why rhodium was at 24,000. I've checked with all my sources. To me, it is not a buy opportunity. If you have rhodium, this is the ideal time to use those ratios. I personally did as well. I liquidated my position in rhodium. I didn't sell it for currency. I traded it in for silver and platinum. But what's causing the price to move the way it is, fundamentally, it is challenging to get rhodium because you find rhodium where you find palladium and platinum, basically. But you would think that if one is moving at a trajectory that far and that fast as rhodium is, that the other two PGEs would ensue the same trajectory in the near future.
Now, when it comes to investing in precious metals and also platinum and the platinum group elements, one way to invest in it is the physical metal, right? Another way to get some price exposure, right, and hopefully leverage is the mining stocks. What are some ways that people can evaluate, which mining stocks really to invest in?
Well, my work is proprietary in that regard. But to answer the question in the most simplest way, the way I identify is first, I take, a contrarian point of view. I don't look at what's in the ground first. It is paramount to the discussion, of course. But I look at the people. Does management have a proven pedigree of success? Sometimes what you'll find is whatever the hottest metal is at the time, a company will provide a nomenclature, meaning their new name is the said metal of the day. But really, that is a byproduct of what they have. That might be 3%, 5% of what they're really exploring for or maybe extracting out of the ground. So it's always important to look at management, make sure that they're good stewards of capital, and of course, look at what the projects are. Are they in good jurisdictions? There's a number of caveats to look at within that, but I would just preface that if you're looking for select names, visit us at Proven and Probable. We interview the CEOs of those said companies, as well as Elijah, you do a great job of interviewing the most respected names in the natural resource space. But more germane, of course, with Miles Franklin is going to be focused on the physical precious metals, and we cover both the physical and those junior mining companies.
Do you want to share with the viewers a little bit about what leverage, especially, for example, junior mining stocks can give?
Well, they can provide a enormous upside in a short span of time. There are select companies that we've identified on Proven and Probable that have rewarded our subscribers, and our work is free, by the way, but they can move. You can get 10 baggers. I'll give you a select company right now, Metallic Minerals. The CEO is Greg Johnson there, and they're a sponsor of our work. But they went from 13 cents last year all the way to $1.30. Those are the moves that you can make. Now, silver didn't go up tenfold, but the exploration company did. And there are an abundance of names I can provide you that we've covered in the past year that have been multi-baggers. But that's the kind of leverage you have if you can identify the right companies with the right projects, with the right team.
And why fundamentally do mining stocks often give you leverage compared to the physical metal?
Well, because drill results. When a company is drilling, and the thesis, because it's research and development, basically what you have here. So a company or geologists have a thesis that there's something in the ground. And if they can demonstrate that something is in the ground, that is what speculators are basically are looking forward to, are drill results that are high grade or there's grade or tonnage. That's what they're looking for, because then that usually presents an arbitrage opportunity. The junior mining company is an explorer, whereas the mining company is the one that's looking to buy out usually the junior mining company, because their job is to extract. They're not in the business for exploration. So again, the leverage can be phenomenal, and again, it can also be detrimental if you pick the wrong company. But Elijah, let me share this with you as well. Out of all the names I've interviewed, there's a common theme between the question that I ask, which would you own first? Would you own the resource stocks or would you own the physical precious metal? And across the board, every one of them says personally, Maurice, you should own the physical precious metal first, because it's money. You're not owning a metal when you own the company, you're owning stock in a company. Two fundamentally different ways of investing. And again, those same names, as well as I do, they view all of their physical precious metals, whether it's gold, silver, platinum, palladium, or rhodium, as a savings account and financial insurance, not as a get-rich-quick. Although it has the opportunity and the potential to do so, they look for the resource stocks to give them that leverage, as you're referring to.
All right, definitely agree on that point about how, we can't obviously give financial advice here, but in my perspective, it seems really important to have money first, right? Have gold and silver first, and then more of the riskier investments with the mining stocks and all of that. But Maurice, I really appreciate your time today. Before we let you go, any last thoughts you'd like to add, and where can our viewers find you online?
Absolutely. I do want to share with everyone that if you're looking to procure physical precious metals, contact myself or one of my colleagues at Miles Franklin. You may reach me at 855-505-1900. Again, that number is 855-505-1900, or you may email Maurice@milesfranklin.com. And let me share with you what we have right now in reference to physical platinum. My favorite purchase is a 10th ounce platinum. We have 2021's British Britannias. We also have the Platinum Eagles. We also have the Platinum Maples and the Platinum Philharmonics, all in 1 ounce. Again, those are 2021s. And we also have, I believe, the 1 ounce Valcambi bars as well. So if you're looking for sovereign coins and or fractional, and I did forget to reference, we also have 1 gram bars as well. So if you're looking to get your first position in platinum, give me a call. Also, keep in mind, if you have a 401k and you're no longer with your employer, this will be a great time for you to transition out of that 401k into a physical precious metal IRA, and a great opportunity now to add to your position in gold, silver, platinum, and or palladium. And again, if you don't have a IRA, if you just want to have a depository with us, again, those options there for you as well to store gold, silver, platinum, and palladium.
Fantastic. Maurice, thank you so much for your time today, and God bless.
Thank you, sir, and God bless you as well.